What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. Zaytoven recently did an interview with Double XL where he teased the possibility of Drake and Gucci Mane doing a collaboration album. And with that news, I thought it was important to talk about the questions surrounding this possible album. So, the first one is, do we need a Gucci and Drake project? The short answer to that would be no. In my opinion, I don't think Drake and Gucci have really proved their chemistry enough to warrant an entire project. This isn't like a Jay-Z and Kanye West where it was expected and we wanted it, or even a combination that really makes sense with J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. Gucci and Drake have worked together in the past. They did 3 songs back in the day, like I want to say this is 2011. You had Street Cred, you had Believe It or Not, you had In My Business. And not saying those are bad records, but I think just having those 3 records really doesn't warrant an entire collaboration album, in my opinion. And you got Back on Road that just came out, but it's more, Drake just on the hook, so it doesn't really show off like that true chemistry between the two. The next question is, who benefits the most, Drake or Gucci? Personally, I think you might feel the answer is like clear cut, but actually it's harder to call, in my opinion. Drake, we know why Drake wants to do a collaboration album with Gucci. He wants to continue to be relevant. He wants to do the same thing that he did with Future. What a Time to Be Alive. He was riding Future's wave when that came out. So he wants to do that again with Gucci, and all eyes are on Gucci right now. He got out, he released some really good records, and he's about to release his new album. So everybody is focused on him. And not to say that that's the only reason why Drake wants to do it, but that's really the only reason why I see, unless there's some other, hidden meaning behind it. But Drake isn't rushing to do like collaboration albums with just anybody, so he's looking at who's hottest and who he can, build off of to remain relevant. That's where I see it. But at the same time, Drake is the biggest artist in the industry right now, like the hip hop industry at least. And him doing a project with Gucci would be beneficial for Gucci because we saw what it did for Future. I'm sure Future's like his show price was raised after the collaboration album with Drake. I'm sure he was able to get more, shows and he was able to get a gold album. He doesn't have a gold selling album, but What a Time to Be Alive went gold. I think either it's the first week it was on the verge of it or it just cracked it. But within like that first 2 weeks, the project went gold. So that's more than, Future sold thus far. So, there's that. And then we see Futures going on tour with Drake on the Summer 16 tour that's starting real soon. So in a way, Gucci might see those same effects. He might get a gold selling album. He might get a spot on Drake's next tour if he does one anytime soon. And best believe his price is going to go up. Regardless, I think it'll be beneficial for Gucci because more eyes will be on him. So many people are paying attention. That goes to the next question. How could this idea work then? We're talking about all the logistics surrounding the project, but when we get into the project, how do you make it work? I think the one thing about What a Time to Be Alive that I really hated was that they said they made it in 2 weeks. And when you hear that and then listen to it again, you kind of hear that in the quality. It's more of a Future featuring Drake project, so I would want Drake and Gucci not to rush. I don't want them to sit here and lock in the studio for 1 week and finish an album, even though that's probably the most likely scenario they're going to do. But if that were to happen, I want to see this be a true collaboration album and not just Gucci Mane's beats, his sounds, his styles, featuring Drake. Because that's what a Time to Be Alive was. It was essentially mostly Metro Boomin production. So I don't want to see Gucci and Drake just use Zaytoven and Mike Will and Drummer Boy and, the Gucci production team that he works with a lot of times. So I would want to see Drake's input, put Gucci on a 40 record, even have like Zaytoven and 40 collaborate, or Mike Will and Boy Wonder, just something different, because it needs to happen that way in order to feel like a true collaboration. The final question I have is, when is the right time to release it? the right time, in my opinion, isn't anytime soon. Gucci's dropping Everybody Looking on July 22nd, so he's going to be focused on that. And then he's getting off of house arrest soon, so he'll be performing and just really getting out there. And that's what he needs to do, because he needs to focus on that solo success right now, capitalizing off of the buzz that he has. Drake is still riding high off of the success of Views. It's still number one. It's still selling hella copies every single week. So I don't want to see Drake just kind of move on, because Views is supposed to be his biggest album, and I think it's proven that it is. So I want to see him to continue to like ride that wave. That's what he needs to focus on for the rest of the year. So if there was to be a Drake and Gucci album, I think it would be best put out in 2017. And then you can kind of coincide a tour, a spring tour. Maybe not like a huge, long, 2-3 month tour, but something like, hit certain dates here and there. It would sell out. Everybody would make some more money, and it would be great. I think that's the right idea to do if they decide to go forward with the idea. But again, it's just an idea. Zaytoven teased it. We've heard rumors about it even before Zaytoven said something. And only time will tell if they actually go forward with the idea. I just think it could work, but they have to do certain things. Again, I don't want to see this just be Gucci Mane featuring Drake. I want to see Drake have some true input into the project. So those are the questions I had and the answers that I had to provide for them. Let me know what you think about the idea of the two collaborating on an album. Do you think Drake and Gucci can make a whole body of work that's memorable? And then if you have any answers to the questions that I had during the video, just, talk to me in the comment section below, and then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter @SermonsDomain, and as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching, and until next time, peace.